अरुणाचल शिव अरुणाचल शिव अरुणाचल शिव अरुणाचल
Om Namah Paramarishibhyo Namah Paramarishibhyah Harihi Om Upasakanam yadupasaniyam Upattavasam vatashakimule Taddhama dakshinyajusha swamurtyam Jagartu chitte mama bodharupam Adraksham akshina dayanidhanam Acharyam adyam vatamula bhage Maunena mandasmita bhushitena Maharshi lokasya tamonudantam Vidravita sheshatamo ganena Mudra visheshena muhurmuninam Nirasyamayam dayaya vidhatte Devo mahanstatvamasiti bodham Mamadya devo vatamoolavasi Kripa visheshat krita sannidhanah Omkara rupam upadishya vidyam avidyagadhvantamapaakarotu apara satchit sukhavari rashehe yasyormimatram bhuvanam samastam guhahitam tam ramanam gabhiram chintavihinam hridi chintayami Karunapurna sudhabdhe kabalita ghana vishwarupa Kiranavalya arunachala paramatman aruno bhavachitta kanja suvikasaya Yontaf pravishya mama vachamimam prasuptam Sanjeevayatya kila shaktidharaswadhamnam Anyamsha hastacharana shravanatvagadin Pranannamo bhagavate purushaya tubhyam Yesterday we saw the verse 18. The 17th and the 18th verse where Bhagavan speaks about the state of jnanam, where the body, the world, everything shines forth as the self, as the Atman. There is no division at all. One cannot infer what that state is. So this we saw in the last two verses. And now it is the 19th verse where Bhagavan speaks about destiny and free will. Of course, every sloka, every verse is a prakriya to bring the extroverted mind back to samadhi. To withdraw the mind from wandering in the world back to the self. As we saw, either by the way of bringing it to the now, or to the aham, I thought, or just to bring it here. So here, this 19th verse is about vidhi and mati. In Tamil, vidhi means, in Sanskrit also, destiny. And mati means free will. The Sanskrit word is vidhi and prayatna. Vidhehe prayatnasya cha kopi vādaha tayor dvayor mūlam ajānatam syāt. Vidhehe prayatnasya cha mūla vastu sanjānatam naiva vidhihi nayatnaha. This is the Sanskrit verse, Saddarshanam. People usually engage in this fruitless debate whether it is destiny or free will, whether you have a free will or not. For both sides you will find arguments also. For example, Bhagavan himself gave this teaching to his mother, that is destiny. Because he left everything when he was 17 years old, came to Tiruvannāmalai. They could not trace him where he is. They searched for him in many places, and at last Alagammal with her elder son, they came to Tiruvannāmalai, and the scene that they saw there, mother could not bear, because the whole body was full of mud. It was muddy. All jata with big nails. Emaciated. He was lying there. So she came and started weeping. Is this the purpose of all good things that has been done in the family? That is how people judge. Because you have done some good thing, you will get so much money, so much. You get good marriage, good children, or purva punyam. And one person becomes sannyasa. For the worldly person, it is purva papam. So this is where all the good things that has been done in the family has reached. This is the thing that she was asking. And you know the very interesting anecdote about their family, that there is a curse that every generation one person will become sannyasi. If it is a curse, moksham also is a curse. See, Bhagavatam, that Brahmin boy cursed Parikshit, that on the 7th day you will be beaten by Takshaka and you will die. And king renounced everything and went to the bank of Ganga and stayed there and attained Brahmajnana. And Ekanath Maharaj in his commentary on Ekadasha Skanda says, we have to again and again prostrate to that Brahmana, because nirveda rūpo dvijasha, nirveda mūlo dvijashāpa rūpaha yattar prasakto bhayamashu tatte. As Bhagavatam itself says, that Brahmana did not give curse. In the form of curse, he gave Brahmajnana. So like that, in this family also one sadhu said, every generation one person will become sannyasi. So that has fallen on Bhagavan's head. So his mother, every day, she knew all Vedanta Shastra in Tamil. She used to sing Kaivalya Navanitam and Avai Akkal Padalgal, all those songs she used to sing. So, but when her own son became like this, she could no more bear. Every day she was coming there and weeping. And Bhagavan stayed unmoved like a rock. Shilavat sthitaha, tushnim shilavat sthitaha, says Shankaracharya. The Brahmajnani is like a rock, is established in the self and remained unmoved. Whatever she may say, she was bewailing, lamenting every day. And Bhagavan was not at all affected. He gave no reply. He kept quiet. And one day, one person, he was a tahsildar there. So he requested, Swami, you need not talk. At least give something in writing to your mother. It is your mother who gave birth to you. Give her some answer at least. Saying this, he handed over a paper and pencil to Bhagavan. After some time, Bhagavan took that paper and pencil and wrote in Tamil that according to each one's prarabdha, inhabiting every heart, that controller, that Ishvara, controls every life. According to each one's prarabdha. So whatever is destined to happen, alone will happen. Whatever may you do to cancel it, increase it or decrease it, nothing can be done. Whatever is destined to happen will happen. What is not destined to happen, whatever effort you may put, will not happen. This is certain. Tinnam. Hence, what should we do? Maunamayiruppadu nandru. Remain silent, surrendered. That means surrendered, not getting affected by anything. That alone that you should do. This was the writing which Bhagavan gave. Bhavitavyam bhavedeva. This is the usual Sanskrit verse. Whatever is destined to happen, generally we say in Tamil, happen. Will certainly happen. Nothing can be done. What to do? So this is the Upadesha on destiny. Nothing can be changed. Then naturally the question comes, then don't we have a free will? If free will is untrue, unreal, all the Shastras will become useless. Yes, free will is there. Otherwise, even Bhagavan would not have given teaching of who am I. If you are destined to get Atmajnana, you will get. So Bhagavan said, inquire. You have to inquire. You have to find out. And many things all the great teachers said about Adhyatma, Sadhana, Anushtana, that is also true. How come both can be true? Generally, the spiritual masters, acharyas, they have a method. The method is when you go to a teacher with your past problems. Something has happened in your life. With all that, when you go to them, they will use this destiny as a balm, as a medicine to heal you that problem. To tell you that whatever has happened was destined to happen. Nothing can be done. That is true also. But when you ask them, what should I do about sadhana or about dharma, then tasmad shastram pramanam te karya karya vyavasthitau. According to Shastra, whatever is to be given as Upadesha will be given to do. So do I have a free will? There also, one Upadesha is, as Sri Ramakrishna used to say, you have free will like a tethered calf or cow. A cow which is tethered to a pillar, it has freedom up to the distance of that rope. To that distance, it can move, it can do things, that kind of freedom you have. That is simple logic. We also know that. We might say, if I have free will, why don't I become a good man, or I can become a Buddha, or I can become Ramana Maharshi, I can become Shankaracharya. It is not possible because that much free will is not there. Then I will become a terrible fellow like Hitler. That free will also not there. Even to that you need tremendous courage and nobody will obey you. You cannot become evil beyond a certain limit, even if you try. You cannot become good also beyond a certain limit. There also you find that all your free will is only assumed to a certain limit. In that limitation, you have certain reservoir of free will. Sometimes, people will go with that scooty and they will say, it will run 2 kilometers. Only that much petrol is there. Or this electric vehicle has come. You need everywhere that electric charger. Otherwise, somewhere it will go bend. Nishchalo. Nishala. It will become Nishala. Like that, your free will also is limited. Okay. So, that is one way of saying this. And beyond this, always this contradictory dialogue, debate happens, whether it is free will or destiny. If you say it is all destiny, because all programmed. There is a saying by Buddha, which they usually quote. Things happen, events happen, things are done, and there is no doer thereof. There is no doer thereof. Because it's all happening, no doing. We know, to a certain extent, our blood is flowing inside the body. That we are not claiming. Breathing is happening. We are not claiming. Digestion is happening. We are not claiming. I am going to sleep, but sleep is not with me. Sleep happens. Certainly waking up you cannot do. You have to wake up. Waking up, there is no, you cannot put on a switch and wake up. It happens. So the whole process in the body, mind, everything is happening by some force. Ya Devi sarvabhuteshu nidra rupena samstita, chudha rupena samstita, vritti rupena samstita, bhranti rupena samstita, buddhi rupena samstita, chetane vidhiyate namastasya, namastasya. All that one force is doing everything. I am not a doer. So everything in that way, it is destined. So then, it is called vidhi. It is vidhi. And then we will say, vidhi is the result of past action. Generally, one more aspect we have to say before entering the verse. Because it's a very, very unusual verse. Of course, the Ulladu Narpadu is, all slokas are like that. But very, very rare thing is being spoken here. One more thing is, generally, up to the age of 30, you have to speak about free will. After 30s, everyone will speak about vidhi, destiny. In Ramayana, you can see Rama speaking about destiny when things happen. Because Next day he is going to get anointed as the Chakravarti, Rajakumara, as the prince. But whole thing changed in one night. And Lakshmana, of course, was an very strong Siddhanti of free will. So he said, we should Gurorapi avaliptasya karya-karya-majanataha utpatham pratipannasya karyam bhavati shasanam. Even if he is our guru or father, he becomes senile. He should be asked to sit in one place. Discipline him. So we should not obey Dasharatha. Rama says to Lakshmana, itasya itaratasyainam kritantah parikarshati. That vidhi, destiny is making us move. And destiny, myself and Kaikeyi, both we became instruments in the hand of destiny. Suddenly her character changed. So it is destiny. Rama says it is vidhi, destiny. Kritanta eva saumitre mantavyo mat pravasane. So this was vidhivādam. Okay. But when you ask for moksha shastra, now we have to use the paurusha, free will. See, first of all, we have to understand one thing, that all the teachings, for whom? All the teachings are for me. It is not to simply declare something, but to use it and become free. You have to attain freedom. So, this also we have to use it for jnanam, atma jnanam. Regarding upasana, karma, all those places we will speak about paurusha. But paurusha has its limitation, as we have already said. In Gita also Bhagavan says, there are 5 elements in the plane of karma. Adhishtanam, tata kartha, karanam cha prithak vidham, vividhasya prithak cheshta, daivam chaivatra panchamam. The body is like a kshetram, it is a reservoir, because each body is different. You will not, when it is born as a child, you will not know what he will become. See, all these children who are studying Vedas here, they all look same. But after 17, you will see everyone will change. All those seeds that they are carrying inside, one by one things will sprout, come out, start manifesting. And you might find some Vedic student becoming some big officer. Some another person will be a scholar, somebody will be a priest, somebody will be a Veda Padashala teacher, something, everything, everyone will change. How this happened? This is all the seeds that we are carrying inside. Hence, this body is called kshetram. In Tamil, it is called vial. Tayumanavar says it is vial, but this vial is not the paddy field of ignorance. It is the vial of Shivananda. Vilayum Shivananda Bhumi. அந்த வெட்டவெளி நன்னி துஷ்ட இருளாம் களையை களைந்த பின் பார்த்தேன் ஐயன் களையன்றி வேறொன்றும் கண்டில்லேன் தோழி. He says, when I weed out, when the weeds are all removed, what I see is the effulgence of Shiva, the self-experience. Okay, so the body is the kshetram, which carries all the seeds of karma. Then the doership. then of course the senses, the mind, all these things are karanam. And with that a person does action. With all that, there is a fifth cause which comes and influences the action, which we call deivam, which nobody can see that. See, there is a very interesting story told by Bhishma in Mahabharata. To Dharmaputra he says, see, I took the vow to protect this Kuru Vamsha, but here I am lying on a couch of arrows. I will tell you one story. There was a businessman. His name was Monkey. It's not English monkey. His name was Monkey, and he had a bullock cart. And in that bullock cart he had some grains, some wheat, some rice, something that sort. And with that he was going to the market where he wanted to sell them and become a big rich person. That was his ambition. So he was thinking, while driving the cart, he was dreaming that I will sell all these, will get more profit and become a rich man. Then I will start a big business. Then more money will pour forth. Then I will become the chieftain of this village. Then I will become the local king. Then I will ultimately become Chakravarti. With what? With few kilos of wheat. Only this much is there in the cart. But with that, his imagination has gone to such height where he has already become a Chakravarti and driving the bullock, that bullock cart. But on the way, it was a small road, a very huge camel was lying down. He did not pay attention to it. He did not see that. Because he was becoming Chakravarti now. So his Pattabhishekam was happening. So he was driving the cart, and on the way, that thing what they called, Nugam. That hunch of the camel, but the bullock cart, it has something like a wooden thing which they put. It got blocked by that hunch of the camel, and the camel stood up. And it's very huge camel, very strong. It just lifted both the bulls and started running. The whole vehicle was completely, it tumbled down, all the wheats gone, everything gone, and both the bulls, they died because they were just hanging down. And this person also fell down, bruised body completely. And he was staying there he said, oh, the power of destiny. I with few kilos of wheat was going to become a Chakravarti, an emperor, but here I was only aware of the two strong bulls that I have and the cart and few kilos of wheat. I was not aware of the camel. So too in everyone's life, we do not know when the camel will stand up. Camel will stand up. Today or tomorrow, someday it will stand up. We do not know. Bhishma said, I was like that. I gave word to my father that I will protect. But I did not marry. He married. He had two sons, Vichitravirya and Chitrangada. With those two bulls, I tried to run. Camel stood up. All through life he is saying, one by one things happened, and ultimately see all of them lie dying. All of them are dead here, and I am lying down here in the this couch of arrows, this Sharapanchara. So this is destiny. So this destiny we need not give big lecture because we know. Generally, people generally in Kerala, they say, something is wrong with you if you are not a communist till you are 25, 30. Something is seriously wrong if you are still a communist after 30. Because the communist person is want to change everything, change the society, do everything like that. After that, you find many of the sincere communist people, later on they became great devotees, big bhaktas. All things changed to them. So this is the life. So the vidhi and mati. I'm just reminded about one famous person, one Tirumumbu, Subramanian Tirumumbu. He was a great communist leader in Kerala. And he was, in fact, the guru of, we can say, like AKG and EMS, all of those. And he was like a Naxalite. Such a person, one day he was writing a communist article, sitting in a place. Suddenly he had a vision of Divine Mother. And he wrote a song. One night he was changed over. All the castles built fell down, disappeared. He translated the Devi Bhagavatam completely to Malayalam, verse by verse, Malayalam verse. Because he had the vision. And he was studying. After that, Swami Vivekananda's complete works also was translating. All that completely transformed him completely. He wrote Bhagavatam, Devi Bhagavatam and Srimad Bhagavatam also in Malayalam verse form. So all this transformation, one day, one touch of the divine, the transformation happened. This is one story that I remember. So, okay. So vidhi and mati, self-effort and destiny. This is a constant problem. People always speak whether it is self-effort will give you liberation, because mostly when we speak, self-effort alone should be insisted. Yoga Vasishta says, Paurushena prayatnena. With tremendous will, attain liberation. In this world, you can attain that with Paurusha. Whatever you want, you can attain. Yat kratuhu, yat sankalpaha, tad abhisampadhyate. The Shruti says, whatever you have sankalpa you want to attain, achieve, you can attain. Provided you use your will in the right way. So this is the general advice. But when you come to Brahma Vidya, there neither destiny nor free will has any place. This is a mysterious teaching. As long as you are in the world, either both are there or both are not there. As long as you are in the plane of ignorance, in the field of ignorance, both free will is there, destiny is there. Destiny is free will is destiny. Because somebody can sing very well, there he is free, but that is his destiny. Someone knows Sanskrit very well, he can speak in Sanskrit, he can write in Sanskrit, he can understand scriptures. He has free will there, that is his destiny. So, your very free will is actually, in a way, it is your destiny. And what you call as destiny influences your free will. Okay, so, here Bhagavan says, vidhehe prayatnasya cha kopi vadaha. This debate about vidhi and prayatna, people are doing, whether it is destiny or free will, they do not know both. Tayor dvayor mūla majānatam syād. Whose destiny, whose free will? Vidhehe prayatnasya cha mūla vastu sanjānatam naiva vidhihi nayatna. When you know the mūla vastu, the source of destiny and free will, to whom free will, to whom destiny? vidhi-mati mūla vivēka milārkkē, vidhi-mati vellum vivādam. vidhimatigaṭku kōrmudalān taṉṉai uṇarndār, avai taṇṉār, sārvarō piṉணumavai sāṭṛuvai sārbavai. Vidhi-mati mūla vivēkam ilārkkē. Those who do not have the right understanding about destiny and free will. Because when you speak about destiny, it is bhoktrutva. When you speak about free will, it is kartrutva. It is doership you call free will, and enjoyership you call destiny. And for both for whom? To me, I am free. Who is this I? I am experiencing life. Who is this experiencer? Karta bhokta api ahamiti. Dridhayasya samsara hetuhu. This is the cause for samsara. So, vidhi-mati mūla vivēkam. To whom the vidhi, to whom the mati. Because vidhi means life is bringing many things. Nobody can say no to them. Things will be happening around. You are carrying the body, you will have trouble. Old age will come, death will come. Nobody from the beginning of creation till today, till now, has succeeded in transcending that. These things will be happening. You cannot do anything. But the Shastra says you can become free. How? By knowing who I am, who is experiencing life, and who is doing action, who is inside, who is the doer. Doer is me, the I. And I am experiencing. Something happens in life, some trouble, some problem. You cannot change it because it has happened. Somebody dies very close and you are affected by that. You cannot wake him up. Choice is with you either to spend your rest of your life in grief or to transcend grief. Because the thing has happened. That is destiny. Now free will is where? You can say free will is in attaining jnanam and find real freedom inside you. To know one's real nature. Okay. So, vidhimati vellum vivādam. So we will come here back. When you ask about vidhi or mati, free will or destiny, to whom the free will, to whom destiny? To me, I. And who is this me? Who is this I? Who is experiencing life? Who is the doer? When you inquire the I, vidhimatigaṭku kōrmudalān taṉṉai yuṇarndā. When a person inquires where this vidhi happens, where this mati happens, where this free will takes place, where I am experiencing destiny, when you inquire, the jiva bhava disappears in the heart, mudal, that non-dual reality alone shines forth. Avai uṇarndār. Then neither vidhi nor prayatna remains, neither destiny nor free will remains. This solution, every moment you have to go to the source. Pratibodhavititam matam. Every moment you have to go to the source and be free of it. That is, actually, when you explore Vedanta, ultimately you will understand there is no finished product. It is a continuous thing. Like, see, you cannot say videha mukti, jivan mukti. These are all stories. Sadhyo mukti. Now, here, the moment you inquire, you find that the Atma is free. Otherwise, you are superimposing mukti on the body or mind. Body, mind cannot have mukti. Mukti hi atmaiva nanya. Jivan muktir vishishta bata vigatavapur muktirishteti prishtaha. Suspashtam yon grinhadu bhayamapi mirsha. Sadita santa tattvad. One has a beginning, another has an end. Mohapayopalaksyaha muktihi atmaiva. When moha, when delusion is removed, ignorance is removed, the very nature of the Atman, the self, is liberation, freedom. You become free here, now. This is the teaching. So, vidhi and mati, free will and destiny are there in the field of samsara. They are forces, they are playing here. You get into one stream, you will be a vadi of free will. You will argue for free will. You get into the other stream, you will say everything is destiny. Yam bhavam darshayedyasya tam bhavam satupashyati. Gaudapadacharya says, whatever is revealed to him, he will become a proponent of that. Opponent of the other. But what is the reality? Reality is that you are free here and now. Your very nature is free. But if you try to become free, you will be bound. Because the moment you accept bondage, you want to be free, then you accept that now I am bound, slowly I will become free, then bondage alone will remain. That is the problem with sadhakatva prakalpana. Sureshwaracharya has a very elaborate discussion about that. Whether a sadhakatva should be given or not. Whether a person should be accepted as a sadhaka or not. So it is better that instead of defining yourself, you know that I am the self. Every moment go to that experience. Every moment go to that state. And the self, the Atman, is ever free. kōrmudalān taṉṉai uṇarndār, avai taṇṉār. Then you neither get into doership nor into enjoyership. No, neither will you say I am the doer, nor will you say I am the enjoyer of grief or pleasure. Both. Things will be coming. At a stage there will be health, at a stage there will be disease, something will be there in the world. You are not going to end this river of samsara. It will be flowing. You want, you can jump out. Because you are already free. If you pay attention to your real self now, you are free. Not in the physical, embodied sense. In the embodied sense, you cannot become free. As the deha, buddhi, manas, you cannot become free. Body will take birth, it will die, it will become old, it will sweat, it will have pain and pleasure, the mind will have all these things, sleep will come, intellect will become powerless, all these things will be happening. But behind that is a changeless principle, the consciousness. When you know that, then the question arises, who is knowing this? Then we can say it is the buddhi. And the buddhi is a most subtlest sattvic power, which generally when it turns towards prakriti, it becomes prakriti. When it turns towards purusha, it becomes purusha. And it reasserts freedom. There you know that neither vidhi exists nor freedom. Bhagavan actually breaks the egg and kills the hen. Otherwise, you will be going on answering whether the hen came out of the egg or the egg came out of the hen. Whether the seed came from the tree or tree came from the seed. Destroy both. Both will become mud. Then only mud exists. Mrittigetyeva satyam. This duality, apekshika, relative. This depends on this and this depends on this. You can never cross. This apekshikata will come. Parasparashraya dosha will come. You will never cross it. You are bound there. This came from this and this came from this. You will not cross. Destroy both. In Malayalam, there is Harinama Kirtana, where that Tunja Tirtha says, Onnaya ninnaiha rendennu kandalavil undayurindal bata mindavadallamama. He says, O Narayana, you are the non-dual reality. And I committed the blunder of seeing you as two. And I cannot speak to others because it is lajjavaham, shameful to say about what I did. The great blunder that I committed is that I saw you as two. You are the non-dual one. Pandekkanakke varuvan in kripavaligal undakayengiliha narayanaya nama. Oh Bhagavan, let me again have that primordial wisdom where the two ceases to exist. Only that non-dual, that oneness alone remains. So that is, again let me go to that pristine state of non-duality. So vidhi-mati mūla vivēkam milārkkē, vidhi-mati vellum vivādam. Vidhi-matigaṭku kōrmudalān taṉṉai yuṇarndā. When you know the substratum in which neither the doership exists nor the enjoyership exists, avai uṇarndār, this ego disappears. The person who says, naiva vidhi nayatnaha, the person who says, I am the doer and I am suffering, neither the doer exists nor the person who suffers is there. He ceases to exist. And only that eternal freedom is there as our self. You have to just know that you are nitya shuddha buddha mukta svabhavam brahma. You know that you are eternally free. That is why Bhagavan always insisted on that. Whoever came, he never prescribed any sadhana, anything. He said, who is bound? Even if you ask some doubt, he will say, find out the doubter. Who is doubting? I am doubting. I am having doubt. Who is this I? What is this I? Who is the doer? I. Find out what is this I, where from this I arises. Then you find that there is no I. I, this chidabhasa, is a non-entity. See, so much is happening in our body, we are not saying I am doing. If I take this and keep it here, I say I did it. If I unconsciously do that, I don't claim. Many things unconsciously I do. I don't claim. But when I consciously put this pen here, I say I did it. Take food and put it in the mouth, that much I am doing. Rest somebody else is doing. And you say, this is my body. This is I. In fact, I say I. But this I do not know. Nothing inside the body I am able to know. I go and ask some person who has studied anatomy, what is there here? One person in our school, one boy, he drew this anatomy, physical form of the human body, and drew the kidney here. About my own body, my understanding is like that. That is why there is a joke amongst many. Let's say, instead of saying my brain is not working, they will say my kidney is not working. We do not know what is there in the inside this flesh packet which we claim as myself. It is a paroksha vastu, anatma. The only knowledge that you have is I am, this existence. Actually, existence is knowledge. Sattvabhasika chitkvavetara sattayahi chit chittayahi aham. Sat is chit, chit is aham. And that is bhaha, swayam prakasha, swaprakasha. It cannot be known as an object, but it is aparoksha. It is immediate, direct. In Vedanta we generally say avedyatve sati aparoksha vyavahara hetutvam. It is avedyam, it cannot be known, but it is aparoksha. It is immediate. It is directly experienced in me as swabodhe na anyabodhecha bodharupatayatmanaha. Nadipasya anyadeepecha yatha swatma prakashane. To know a lamp, you don't need another lamp. So to know one's own existence is known by its own light as awareness. And the moment you know that there is no doer there, nothing is happening there. That is the greatest thing. Nirvana means no creation, no destruction, nothing is happening there. Na nirodho na ja utpattihi na baddho na ja sadhakaha na mumukshurnavai muktaha ityesha paramarthata. As Gaudapada Acharya puts it, no creation, no dissolution, no doer, no sadhaka, no bondage. Because it is eternally free. And all these things that is happening, you are seeing some film. You dream many things and wake up, nothing has happened. So too, the physical body is doing action, no effect in the self. The mind is thinking so much, nothing corrupts the self. Asango hi ayam purusha. Everything comes and moves about, nothing affects the real inner being. It is always eternally asanga, incorruptible. So, to know that, Bhagavan here says, vidhi-mati mūla vivēkam. You have to know the self which is behind this claim of doership and enjoyership. Once you know the self, then you know the great restfulness comes to you. You know you are no more doer. You are no more going to suffer anything. Jnāte tattve kahas samsara. Once you know the tattva, you know there is no samsara. Once you know the tattva, you are no homework for you. Nothing to do, nothing to achieve, nothing to attain, nothing to become. Will they again get caught in the misery of those two and be affected by them? So, this debate whether fate prevails over free will or free will over fate is only meant for those ignorant ones who know not the source of both. Those who have known the source of the ego, the Atman, they transcend both. Will they ever slip back to the misery born of the ridiculous puzzle thereafter? Do think clearly and tell. Sri Bhagavan, in a very simple manner, solves an age-old problem which has baffled intellectuals. Puzzles that defy easy answers such as, does the hen come first or the egg? Does the tree come first or seed? Are commonly posed by children to trick others. And the answer is actually very simple, as we have already said. They both get disintegrated. They get dissolved in the source. So, one day a sadhu belonging to a certain order came to Ramana ashram, a Shaiva Siddhanta order. People used to wonder because during Bhagavan Ramana Maharshi's time, it was not this only ashram. In Tiruvannamalai also some others, not like this, but Ishanya Matam was there, some other ashrams were also there. And very well-known ashrams were there. Generally, when people come from North India, they visit Kanchipuram, they come to Tiruvannamalai, see Bhagavan, then they go to Aurobindo ashram, Pondicherry, there they see Aurobindo. Like that, they used to travel. So many ashrams are there. Every ashram had their own routine, discipline from morning to night, certain things to be done. certain sadhanas to be done, certain timely puja, everything will be there. But in Ramana ashram, in those days, Kunju Swami used to say in the hill we were more free because சாப்பாடு இருந்தா எங்களுக்கு விசேஷம் ஓணம், சாப்பாடு இல்லாட்டா ஏகாதசி. To say, if there is no bhiksha available, we will have ekadashi. If bhiksha is available, we will have all kind of sadi, all feast. And all these things will be finished by about 9 o'clock in the morning, and they will wander about in the hill. Free. No routine. Somewhere they will be sitting and meditating and come back to Bhagavan's Sannidhi, and Bhagavan will be sitting there, Achala Murti, no movement. This was their life in the hill, that they very much enjoyed. After coming down to Ramana ashram, Bhagavan himself used to say, this is my jail. He used to call it as prison. Because people will come rightly, the timely food, all these things Bhagavan did not like. Timely breakfast, timely lunch, all these things. Say, Allah vyadhi. We used to call it as disease. So anyway, things will be happening like that, but no restriction. Nobody is asked to do this, don't do that. The only thing is when the bell rings, you have to come and take food. That's all. No other restriction will be there. So that is why many people, they enjoyed Ramana ashram, because you can continue to be the lazy fellow you are. So this sadhu looked around and found nothing is happening here. Bhagavan is sitting in Maunam and people will be sitting around there meditating. Then he asked, Swami, what is the tradition that you follow? Sampradaya. That is what he asked. What is the sampradayam that is here? Bhagavan did not reply. So this person again persisted and asked, what is the sampradayam? Then this Vaikunthavasar or somebody who was with Bhagavan, he asked him, what is your sampradayam? Then that person said, we have very strict sadhana in our ashram. From early morning 4 o'clock we will start, have a routine of japa. Until night 8 o'clock we will do our japa. And then offer all the fruits of our japa to our Guru. Samarpana, Guru Samarpana. That is actually a good sadhana sampradaya, because it is not that you are offering something to the Guru, because nobody can offer and the Guru will not get it. Only you are benefited. But by that offering, you will do the sadhana. So many Mahatmas have prescribed that kind of sadhanas. Anandamayima used to say that you do japa and offer that in the night to Guru, so that you will continue doing. Otherwise you will not do. You need someone to see that you are doing. So that is one way of doing sadhana. So they are doing that. Bhagavan made a joke of it. He said, oh, that Guru is very lucky. He need not do anything. These people will do everything and offer that to Guru. So this is like முதலை வச்சுண்டு வட்டி கொடுக்கிற மாதிரி. Bhagavan said it is like keeping the deposit, principal, and giving the interest. Like that, this is like keeping the principal and giving the interest. So Bhagavan remarked, and people did not understand what Bhagavan said. They just laughed. At that time, Muruganar came inside. Bhagavan perhaps wanted that to be clarified. So he again called Muruganar. And he said, Ketira oi. This is his way of speaking. He said, Ketira oi. You heard this? Bhagavan used to call oi. It's a respect actually. Generally, Bhagavan never said ni, va, po, pe, singular name. Generally, he will not call like that. He will call Val. Subramaniya Val. Like that he will call. So he said, it's a respect. So he told Muruganar, Ketira Voi, Iva Sampradayata Ketira. You heard about their Sampradaya? They say they will do all sadhana, that is all needed, and offer the fruits to the Guru. It is like keeping the principal and giving interest. Like the deposit is with you and you give the interest. See, Muruganar was so receptive. Suddenly he became very emotional, tears welled up in his eyes and body. He will be always in a bhakta loka. So his face became red and he said, Evluvo paravali. Evluvo paravali. He said, it's all much better. Mudal irke. He said, at least the principle is there. Evluvo paravali. Ingyata ella vyabarame poch. He said, your business all failed because Modalai Mudingiyach. He said the very deposit, the principle is swallowed. Nothing exists. The mūla dhana, he has swallowed it. And now who will do sadhana? Where is sadhana? Who is there to do sadhana? The sadhaka himself is lost. What to do now? Who will do anything? There is no doer at all. The doership itself is erased. Then people understood what remark Bhagavan made. They needed a commentary there. So that happened there. So the doership, the ego is retained and you do something and get some benefit. It is punya. You do something wrong, you get papa. This is simply the film show. Inside the film, you are the doer and you get punyam and papam. But you yourself, you are erased. Neither punyam nor papam. Yatha pashyaf pashyate rukmavarnam. Kartaramisham burusham brahmayonim. Tada vidvan punyapape vidhuya. Niranjanaf paramam samyam upaiti. Punya pape vidhuya. Neither the punya nor the papa. The person is gone. The ego is gone. Only that non-dual pure awareness remains. It's free. So, without eradicating the ego and continuing to perform actions with the sense of doership, and later on, surrendering the fruit of such actions is what is indicated by the statement, offering interest while keeping the capital intact. One day, a devotee wept at the feet of Bhagavan for a long time, talking about his misfortunes caused by destiny. With a silent gaze, Maharshi listened attentively to his litany of woes. After everything was said, a few moments passed by in silence. Then, turning his gaze towards this devotee, Bhagavan said, "You are weeping, saying this happened to me, my sorrow, and so on. In this manner, your lament was full of words like to me, my, and I. Who is this I? What is this I? Where the I did not arise. From where did it arise? Did these sorrows exist in deep sleep, where the I did not arise? No. Then, from where did these miseries come now? You may say from the mind. As the mind does not exist in deep sleep, as you remained as existence without the mind in deep sleep, it can be concluded that the sorrows of the mind do not affect your real self. Even in the waking state, if you inquire, who am I? The ego I will dissolve and truth alone will remain. No sorrow remains there. Destiny can never affect the self. yasmin sthito na dukkhe na guruna api vichalyate tam vidyad dukkha sanyoga viyogam yoga samnitam. That is true yoga, where you disassociate yourself from contact with pain. Contact with limitation. And you established in that, no more sorrow affects you. What to do? All problems are due to, then, one devotee asked, Swami, how can jnana, Upadesha provide the solution for personal and domestic problems? Generally, we will feel like that. People say, when you have some problem, don't speak Vedanta to him. Avane kashtapattutirukkan. Adukku mele inda kashtam. Already he is suffering. You are also making him suffer by this lecture. Like that. That is, in a way, sometimes you cannot make them understand. That is the problem. Otherwise, this is the only solution. What to do? One lady cried to Bhagavan about her woes, problems. You know what Bhagavan did? Bhagavan also cried. And that removed her sorrow. That oneness. So, Bhagavan here says, what to do? Enna pandrathu? All problems are due to prarabdha. Whatever happens in your life, the problems are all due to prarabdha. As long as there remains an ego to experience this, there is no ultimate solution for him. You solve one thing, another is waiting there to take that place. Then you will know the former problem was much better, but at least you were familiar with it. Now to get acquainted with the new event, new things that is happening, it will take time. So, knowledge alone is the solution. Knowing the self, leave the body mind adjunct to prarabdha. Prarabdhaya samarpitam svavapuhu. Know the Atma and leave the body mind to prarabdha. What to do? However grave and serious the individual and family may seem to you, in the eyes of a jnani, they are your delusions only. Many things we consider, these are all very serious for me. First of all, we can see our problems looks like mountain. Others' problem looks like speck. Because it is others. That is why you are not affected. So much problem is happening. Hamas, Ukraine, all those things. We are not concerned. Nothing affects us. But if the current goes, great problem. Little more salt in our sambar, problem. No sugar in coffee, problem. Small things looks very big. But others' problem don't affect because you are not superimposing it on yourself. But things that are happening around you, you superimpose them on yourself. You take the load on your body, your mind, and your ego says it is happening to me. See, in dream also it is like that. Things are happening. But the ego, you know what it does? It takes the things on itself and suffers. When you wake up, you find neither the ego is real nor the event. Both disappears. Like that is only what is happening now also. The event is also dream. The enjoyer is also a dream. Matprananum paranum nurappavark tatprana dehavum anityam kalatra dhanam swapnadiyil palad kandittuṇarnavanodu upamgrahikya hari narayanaya nama. Says, You see something in swapana, some dream, and you wake up, then you understand that matprananum paranum I and that Supreme One. Then kalatra dhanam, my wife, my child, my wealth, me, all these things look very, very big issue. But when you inquire and understand, it's all unreal, all disappear. However grave and serious the individual and family may seem to you, to true understanding it is all delusion only. And the aim of a jnani is to awaken you from this delusion. Suppose you died today, you cannot take anything with you. That is known to all. You cannot carry your money, you cannot take your wife, you cannot take your husband, you cannot take your children. Nothing you can take. Kante badhvaneshyami, as Nilakanta Dikshitar says, one miser, he said, I will take all wealth. Tie it in my neck, jump into the ocean so that I can go to Yamaloka with this. You cannot do. You know that everything is over here. So, however, in the eyes of a jnani, they are your delusions only. Hence, the aim of a jnani is to awaken you from this delusion. That is why the jnani will not accept your blabbering. Whatever you may say, he knows the problem is with your psyche. So, when a mad person speaks something, the psychiatrist has to listen. He says, yes, you are right. He will say, you are right. But he knows everything will be all right if he takes the medicine. Otherwise, he sees many things. Yatishwaran Swami used to say, one person went to psychiatrist and says, they don't believe me, doctor. Wherever I look, there are snakes. And the doctor said, you are right. And the person who went with the doctor, you also have problem? He is deluded and says, no, you please stand outside. I will listen to him. And he said, this doctor, everywhere there are snakes. You are right. That is true. It's very poisonous, Yes, right. And he gave a box. Don't open this box. Inside this box, there is a mongoose. Kiri. So, if you carry this, nothing will happen to you. And he believed the doctor, took the box. And the relative again entered. And he said, doctor, what have you done? He is having delusion. You have given a box with the mongoose. He said, the mongoose is also like the snake. It does not exist. It is only a parihara for his illusion. For his delusion, I have given another delusion. This is like that. All these things in the world are like that. So, but when you really wake up, then you know that nothing exists. The world itself is unreal. My life, all these things, because the mind is creating this delusion. A person who is dreaming that he is being robbed shouts, thief, thief. This is Bhagavan's words. What will his friend lying awake nearby do? He is shouting. And will he go to catch the thief? He will allow. He will wake him up. And you will find no thief, nothing is being robbed. Yes, such is the case with the sorrows of the ignorant. The only solution is to wake them up. Depending on each one's prarabdha, the ordainer Lord makes each one perform certain actions. Whatever is not ordained will not happen, try as you might. What is supposed to happen will not stop. Whatever you do to prevent it. Hence the best course is to remain. This was the teaching Bhagavan gave to his mother that we have already spoken. If you take it in that aspect, if the body is a puppet in the hand of fate, where is freedom? Freedom is the self. Be still and know. Remaining still is the same as the absence of doership. That itself is variously termed as sharanagati, self-realization, and so on. Due to ignorance, we wrongly believe that the individual I is real, the body and other objects are mine, and that these bring me sorrow. And through self-enquiry, this I itself is erased, all sorrows fall away. This is the only way out. We have a poem here. Eternal freedom of oneness is the poem. The one self alone prevails in all states, devoid of the other. In it appears the ridiculous too, as the seer and the seen, me and God, destiny and will, bondage and liberation. Oh, the ignominy of that misapprehension that creates a puny I and weaves the cobweb of a bizarre world of duality around it. In that cocoon, threads of dream is bound, this me, a non-entity. To regain the glory of that primordial oneness, awaken to the truth, seek who am I, the I will vanish in the radiance of knowledge. The puzzle of fate and free will vanishes like a dream at dawn. No more dream, no more misery, eternal freedom of oneness. Om. So this is the 19th verse that we saw today. The 20th verse we will see tomorrow. Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala, Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala. Yato mamatma bhavasitvameva, tato na vachyam mama kinchidasti, yatha taveshtam kurumam tathaiva tvam atmanatham ramanam bhaja.